Okay, welcome to the shortwave radio channel. And of course, I've been playing around with the M-Lite 880. I've been playing around with the Tecsun PL 520. One thing that I wanted to share with you guys, yesterday I made a video showing how the 520 has an ETM scan that goes actually into ranges that are for the most part uninteresting for North America because they do not have, broadcasts. I'll let the scan here go through, and as I talk, I'm going to show you where it happens. So somebody actually contacted Anonco after my video, and Anna came back to me talking about this in an email. So she said it's not a flaw. She said that it was a decision on Tecsun part that in China there were a lot of broadcasts and the range that it scans, and that they thought it was important to keep that frequency range or those frequency ranges in the ETM scan. And I can understand that because you guys know there's a lot of outside of the band China Radio, National One, and all sorts of other Chinese broadcasts. So what happens is that they decided, well, there's so many of them that are outside of the ranges that we should actually allow the scan to go through outside ranges. So it is not a flaw. It is not something they will fix because they don't think there is something to fix. But it has a lot to do with the Chinese market. So when you see it go here, like through the 12 megahertz range, and over the years, often when I was actually doing some of the scanning of frequency ranges, I did notice that there was a lot of 12 megahertz, 13 megahertz, even 16 megahertz and more out of band, China National Radio 1 and other, all sorts of other Chinese broadcasts. So they decided to include these ranges so that these broadcasts can also be scooped up by the ETM plus scan. So it makes the scan longer. Anna does say, yeah, I agree with what you're saying, that the scan is longer. The PL330 did not go to that range. The PL330 had the standard ETM scan that goes through the international broadcasts. But the PL320 does have the same range, apparently. And I remember seeing another radio from Tecsun, and I don't remember which one. I have one here that does also have extra frequencies, like now it's going into the 16 megahertz range, which is not normally an international broadcast band range. But this is not a flaw; it's normal. So expect that to be the norm. They will not be changing that for the ETM plus scan. It is what Tecsun decided to implement on the PL520. So that I wanted to make it clear. And I want to thank Anna at Anonco for the insight and for the information on how this is all happening. Once again, overall, though, I will say that with me playing with the PL520, it is an excellent receiver. It is sensitive. It receives well. And it's definitely a good little radio. It is now available, by the way, on Anonco. I saw that it was available for around 80-ish US dollars on Anonco for the US, 68 or 65-ish for the rest, for like Canada and the rest of the world. So, it's not very expensive. And I mean, who would have thought that we would have had something like this that has precision in the display that is just crazy, and has, of course, calibration and has single sideband and receives so well for this price when you think about how we had in the 80s that were not even half as good as this and would cost a lot more than this. So anyways, that's the little update I wanted to share with you guys. It's not a flaw. The extra frequency ranges were added by Tecsun because they thought it was important, because the Chinese market has a lot of Chinese stations that are outside the normal ranges. And, we see it. If you look at the IBI space frequency schedules, you could see it. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thanks for watching.